What is up, everybody? Inner Circle, welcome to Epic Quest Random Adventures. My name is Brad, or better known as Mutant 13, and I'm here to take you on another Twitch live stream. Yo, Junkhead in the house, what's up? Thought you was gonna be late today, or miss it. No, you found a way. Where there's a will, there's a damn way. So, welcome. We'll let everybody start to filter on in a little bit. And Dak's in the house. What up, Dak? Oh, Hatchet Rob's in the house. Hey, yo. Yo. So everybody's jumping in on this one because we're going to be talking about something very interesting today. We're going to be talking about degrees, quest logs, how to use them, what they mean, what they do, all that fun stuff. So, give it just another minute. Let everybody, give them a minute or two to kind of filter in here. So, how's everybody doing on this Sunday afternoon? Tennessee, we had a beautiful weekend. Friday and Saturday was amazing. And got to go out yesterday and do some questing. And had a blast. And Friday was nice and beautiful weather, low humidity, but today it's going to be 90 and it's humid as shit outside. It's hot. So, welcome to Tennessee weather. Glad you guys missed this whenever you came down. So, yes, hot. Hollywood 1317's in the house. What's up, first time viewer? Thank you for joining us today on the Twitch stream. So, why not? We'll go ahead and just start talking about stuff. We'll start talking about this right here. Boom. 360 degrees of the inner circle. It's the supplement from Morton's List. And what is it exactly? Well, it is a small little book that's about 44 pages long, it looks like. So, 44 pages. And today we have camera 2 is the book camera. So, over to the side we've got things kind of laid out. We've got a book. We've got 360 spiral bound format. So that way we can kind of look at some stuff and flip back and forth. So we'll get to that here in just a little bit. So kind of start going over stuff. But it's pretty much 360 degrees is a supplement for Morton's List. It gives Morton's List a point system, and it gives the player kind of like a character sheet or profile sheet, and it lets you start to manipulate the roles in Morton's List and adds a few new interesting aspects to it, especially when it comes to being the table master and stuff like that. So I mean, we're not going to go like super deep today. We're just going to hit on mostly on the degrees and logging them into your quest log and all the proper channels on that. So because the reason you gain degrees is so you can get levels and level up. Each one of these icons represents a level to 360 degrees. So starting with in the upper left hand corner of your screen, you have the Initiate. That is your very first. After you get 3 degrees, you will get that title. And you can use those titles and be all fancy with it and put them on, put them in, I don't know, on job resumes, stuff like that, when you're applying for different things, kind of show, oh, shoot, I always do this, man. Y'all got to start yelling at me. You got to say, dude, take down your stupid icons. Wow, there we are. Sorry about that. Yo, sorry about leaving those icons up. I do that every damn time. All right, so we'll pretend like I didn't leave those icons up and I know what the hell I'm doing, which I don't. But here we go. So there we go. Now you can actually see the stuff that's on your screen. So starting in the upper left-hand corner, the Initiate, which is this little guy right here. So, you know, that's your first symbol for Initiate, or the symbol for the first step, stage, whatever, level. And it ends, I'll go back to this one right here, down in the lower right-hand corner, which will end with the almighty, all-powerful Twilight Lord. So that's kind of the end goal game, is to become a Twilight Lord when you're playing 360. Or just, I mean, a Morton's List Master is epic and powerful in itself, but you know, if you're really trying to go, which it took 20 years for one of these to happen, and you know, and it's your friend right here, this guy. See, it's official. I've got the Twilight Lord shirt, so that made it official. So, yo. So, let's see here. So we'll read a little bit out of the book, and then we will kind of jump into the questions and stuff like that. So you have to excuse me because I'm flipping back in between like 50 different screens. So, you know, I'm a little slow going back and forth. So if I'm reading, I probably won't see any comments till after I'm finished reading. So let's see here. Let me pull this up right here. We'll go over here, let you look in the book. A little bit, we'll zoom in just a wee bit right there. Alrighty. So, how to use this book. 360 Degrees of the Inner Circle is an optional supplement, which means you can either use it or not. Catch up is also optional, but many people agree that it makes fries tastier. Note that if there is less than 3 players, these rules are not used and no degrees are gained. So that's a very important thing. That's one of the first few things when it comes to playing. It's like, when can I earn some degrees? You know, it's like, when can I earn degrees? So I would say number one thing to earn degrees, you're going to need a copy of 360 Degrees of the Inner Circle. Whether that's a physical copy, which unfortunately is no longer available right now on Amazon, which they were on there for a minute. So if you've slept on that, you're going to have to start searching Psychopathic Museum and eBay and trying to find one there. I say the second thing that you're going to need is definitely a quest log or a journal, which inside of your, if you get a copy, like a physical copy, zoom back out here. Whoa, not in, out. All right. So if you get a physical copy, and you flip all the way to the end, you know, it's going to have quest logs in there. So this is where you write down your quest that you've done. Also still available on Amazon right now, you can get this, which is Quest Book, which is just a fresher version of what's in the back of 360. It's got an expanded, let's see here, it's got like an expanded 2-page profile sheet. Kind of lays stuff out a little bit nicer and prettier. The quest logs definitely give you a lot more room to write down what you did, write down some additional information. You know, we'll get more into logging your quest here in just a little bit. I'm just going to give you the look-see over. And in the back is one thing I really like. I'm sorry. All right. You've got all the quests kind of laid out, and you've got a checklist, which it has one in 360, but you only get one little box. In the quest log, you've got the quest, and you've got like 6 spots, so you can check it off like 6 different times, because I guarantee you're going to do a lot of quests more than once. I'll show you. Let's see here. I think it's more towards the front on this one. Maybe. It's in here someplace. But the cool thing about having 360 degrees of the inner circle, you also get mutations mate and deviations dose. So, to reiterate a little bit, you're going to need 3 players. Your inner circle is going to have to consist of 3 players playing Morton's List. You're going to all have to take the oath and, and decide to play. And you got to make sure everybody's cool with using the. A lot of times, even if you have people that are kind of newer and they are not using 360, they're cool with you using your powers because it's usually to make the game fresher. So, nobody's really going to. But then again, if somebody says no, you kind of all have to make that agreement, So, so that's kind of the beginning on that. Let's see. Let me bring this back up. Let's see. Let me go look at see if there's any questions here. Let's see here. If you get a 360, is there a return point 720? All right. So you're getting really far advanced because we're in the baby steps of this thing. Actually, you can actually get 360 degrees, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and you can start all over. Once you reach 360 degrees, you have the option. You keep all your powers that you've gained, so you still have all your powers, but you do what is called another. Golly, what's it called now? I just went blank on it. But it's like another going through it again. So, let's see here. Dak also says quest log has a great watermark. Which definitely. I mean. So 3 times 360 degree players, right? Okay. Let's see here. Dak is getting way above my head here. I'm like, what am I thinking about? 720. I'm confused. Uh-oh, I got a cat. It just crept up on me down here. All right, so we're gonna go back and I'm gonna read a little bit from 360, kind of where I left off. Let's see here. It says note. Zoom in for you a little bit. It says note. If there are less than 3 players, these rules are not used and no degrees are gained. With 3 or more players, if there is a disagreement over whether or not to use these rules, everyone should vote before taking the oath of Morton's List, which is order played number 1 on Morton's List, page 5. The majority rules and ties are broken by roll-off or dance-off, depending upon group preference. So the only time you may never use this supplement or any of its new rules as such as powers is when 1 or more members of your inner circle are playing for the first time. So if you have a brand new person that's never played Morton's List, you don't really use the powers in the book because they're already going to be a little bit confused, and you don't want them getting, way more confused. So, but if you have reached the rank of Daredevil, which is after 6 degrees, then you can use the power of Fresh Karma, which if you bring somebody in and you make your power strength roll PSR, then you can gain an extra degree. And we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. We're trying to keep it very basic today. So first things first, got to have those 3 players. So let's flip over to the quest log, and we'll kind of show you why. We're going to use this one right here that's in the book. I'm going to show you right here. Let's see here. Let's pull it up just a little bit. There we go. All right. So this is very basic, simple. This is the one that's in 360. You can kind of see it's really, really easily laid out. You got the date, you got the time that you're playing, you got your degrees earned, then you put your table, your quest. If you have any mutations or deviations, write down who your table master is, inner circle members. Then you would fill out this after the quest is complete, not before you start the quest. Table master would sign, because the table master kind of has the final okay that you did the thing, so you get the degrees. So we can talk a little bit about that. So we'll kind of go on over here. Now that you kind of got a rough outline of what you're doing, filling out, and then you'd have a witness, other inner circle members. It's kind of why you need 3. Because if you're not table master, the table master signs and you need another witness. So, cat fight. So degrees are what you earn for completing quests as you play Morton's List. As you gain degrees, you will periodically receive a new title, by which you will be known to other players. You may use this title when applying for a prestigious job. It could help you get hired, possibly, or they could just think you're really weird. Each title gives you a new power that you can use to manipulate the rules of the game to your advantage. The more degrees you have, the higher your title will be, the more powers you will have, and the stronger and easier to use they will become. So that means to use your powers, the higher rank you are, it will become easier. So let's flip back to the what people are saying. All right, Hatchet Rob says the quest book is definitely worth it for the space. Absolutely, because looking at this is a tiny amount of room when you compare it to backwards here. All right. To all of this space right here. Fill out the quest. I mean, tons and tons of space. So it kind of has the same elements. You've got your start time. You've got the end time. You've got the date. It even has a place to write down the quest number. Like, is this your first quest? Is this your 13th quest? Is this your, I don't know, 360th quest? Who knows? So, with this, I mean, you can kind of keep, when you run out of space, you just buy another one and start filling it out and just, write in your new number. So, and then that way you can always go back and look at your profile, and if things have changed, you can, because you grow as an individual. The more you play Morton's List, the more I believe you will grow as an individual and, kind of, develop. So I definitely did through 20 years of playing. I'm probably consider myself a completely different person than I was, which most people do after 20 years. But with playing Morton's List, that it really helped. It helped develop me as a well-rounded human being, I think. So where did we leave off? Let's see here. Whenever you decide to start using this supplement, you begin with 0 degrees, even if you've been playing Morton's List for years. The most degrees you can ever have is 360. The only way to earn degrees is by playing. Let's see here. Is by playing by the exact rules of Morton's List, i.e., taking and honoring the oath of Morton's List, the 1 hour minimum time commitment, etc., and keeping an official quest journal, which is on page 32 in the 360, or using quest book. So really, to play that, you got to have that log sheet that's logging it. Now, if you want to make something custom, I mean, that's up to you. If you want to make, as long as you use kind of the format that they've got laid out for you, I mean, I don't see personally why anybody would have any problem with that. If you wanted to do that. I used to take these pages, because this is a small book. It's not that huge of a book. It's the size of a Morton's List, which is smaller than your average piece of paper. I think it's 7 inches by 10 inches, something like that, instead of like your standard 8.5 by 10 piece of paper. So what I used to do is I would take it to a copy machine, because we had one at work, and I would just kind of scale this up and blow it up a little bit. So that way these sheets of paper were a little bit bigger than they were. And then I'd get those little slide protectors that you would use for you know, if you're putting together a school project or something like that, or D&D character sheet, you would slide into a binder. And I had a big old, started out with a little binder and filled that thing up pretty quick after about like six months of playing, because I was hardcore about it. I was all about it. And then I moved up to a big binder. And then I got to the point, this thing was so chunky, it was almost time for me to move up either to the really big binder, or I was just going to start, because the bad thing is you don't ever want to lose that thing, because that would just break your heart to leave it land someplace, especially if you're playing Morton's List like an event like that was just in Knoxville and you're from out of town and you left it some random place and somebody just found this book full of stuff and it's like, what is this? Is this homework? And they just chucked it or something. You know, it'd kind of break your heart. So you probably want to, you know, that's why I kind of like these right here. They're small. They're easy to keep up with. Compact. They fit in a bag really nice. And they're, you know, the same size as your Morton's List. So that's kind of cool. So putting those in. And then when it's kind of full, let's see if it has a page count in here. Nah, it really doesn't have a page count, so I don't know exactly how many of quest sheets are in here. So, but, you know, you can just buy another one of these and start filling out, and you'd have like, you know, you can write volume 1, you know, and put a date, start date and end date on it. Then keep it home, safe and sound. Then start volume 2, volume 3, volume 25, you know. And also puts a little bit of money back into the creators of Morton's List, which, you know, hopefully will get reinvested into newer products, because I mean, you know, or whatever the next stage is. If you were at the Baller Nacho Symposium, you know, you kind of already got a taste of that. If you're going to the Gathering of the Juggalos, you'll probably hear a little bit more about Morton's List stuff. So, you know, if you wasn't at the event here in Knoxville and got to kind of talk about it at the symposium, then, you know, you'll probably hear about some new upcoming things, hopefully at the gathering, and go from there. So, I mean, I'm just speculating. I'm not saying I have any knowledge of that, which, I mean, I definitely don't have any details. You know, I may be a Twilight Lord, but I am not privy to everything, you know, that is 100% Morton's List. I'm just, you know, kind of, I'm new to the club. They don't give me all the secrets yet. You know, I'm still got to prove myself, I guess. So, and alrighty, let's see, where do we need to go to now? So we've kind of went over your quest logs, kind of filling them out. Any questions anybody has so far? I'm back in the chat. Let's see here. Let me hit refresh chat. Is there anything going on? Alrighty. I got cats fighting again. Stop it, dudes. Alright. So, so it's really important just to keep a clean log sheet. Make it look, you know, kind of keep it safe and sound, because you don't want to start losing pages of your log sheet. You want to keep them all in one nice safe area. Like I said, I had a binder that I kept all mine in. And let's see here. Dax says, time frame to complete the quest of the moment log. So, okay, so you're asking about the time frame to complete it. So it's you don't necessarily have to complete the quest. You don't have to actually finish it all the way out to get your degree. With Morton's List, the 1 hour of honest effort, that will gain you your degree. Whether you absolutely 100% say you roll, hit the beach. And if you spend an hour planning the trip out to go to the beach and you know, or I don't know. I mean, it really depends on the player. You know what I mean? You really want to actually try to complete. You just don't want to sit there and talk about shit, because talking about shit never gets stuff done. You know, you actually want to, you know, I would say once you put in the hour of maybe planning the trip and you start on the way to the trip, and you know it's 100% you're going to do the thing that you said you're going to do. So if it was a big trip, like, hey, we're going to drive across country or fly across country, and we're going to go to a real beach, I would wait till because since everybody's going, I would wait till everybody's there at the beach. Once you arrive at the beach and, go ahead and sign away, or wait till you get back home after the quest is complete and then sign off then. Or sign off as soon as you get there. If you say you're playing with people and you made some of these people don't live in your area and you may not see them, go ahead and sign right then when you're there, but you've already made the plan, I guess. I mean, it's really, each circumstance and situation has its own when the quest is officially ended, I guess you'd say. So, just definitely don't sign any quest logs like right when you start. Don't when you're filling out your quest logs, don't get your table master to sign them right after you rolled the quest, because you've put in zero effort at that point. You've just rolled the quest. It's not even officially begun. You haven't even done the Winds of Change yet. So wait till you've actually put in the 1 hour of effort into trying to complete the quest. So that would be my suggestion to when to sign off on quest. Actually after you've put in the 1 hour. It kind of gives you a good time to stop before, because man, playing Morton's List can be kind of hectic. You can kind of, it'll give you a good time to say, all right, stop, because a lot of times you can't remember when end time is unless you're filling out a quest log. You don't know what time start time and end time is. So, which is what I like about the quest book, which is quest. When I say quest book, I'm going kind of, this is what I'm talking about right here. So, because you have actually the start time. Bam. You have actually the start time and end time. So, sorry about that shoddy camera work there, but it is what it is. Oh, real quick, my buddy Robert, who, if you came to the Morton's List event, Return to Reality here in Knoxville, it was just my favorite dude in the world. I love he was so awesome. But man, he hit me up for one of my stickers. Let's see here. He asked me for one of my stickers that I had made, because I meant to bring these to the event and give them out, hand them out to people. But of course, I forget. I mean, if you know me, I always forget a ton of things. So this is one of the things I forgot, a little bit of flavor. So, and he had some of these made that he's just going to hand out to people, because I mean, he really loves the Mortal Ties, and I'm a big fan of the Mortal Ties icon as well. So he had some of these made that he's going to, I guess, take to the gathering or something like that, kind of hand out to some people. So, he sent me some of these. So Robert, thank you for that dope sticker swap. That was very, very cool of him to do. So, and I appreciate it greatly. So that's a cool thing when you make some new friends and you do cool things like that. Get some addresses, like send people stuff in the mail. Like way back in the day, like Nathan used to always send me postcards. He'd send me postcards from stuff all the time. He'd fill them out and just send me a random postcard for the fun of it, man. So, even though I wasn't the best at responding to them, so, but he'd send me one every once in a while, and it made me feel special. So, grab those addresses, send them to a homie, Let's see here. All right. Dak says, I had a suggestion in the Discord. The logging book should be connected at a home spot to return to by the table master with a signature. Yeah, it's kind of good if you're going on a quest and you actually, because most of the time you got to leave your current location and go out and do stuff. It's always start out with a rolling location to come back and have closure to that quest, and kind of, when you're playing 360, so that way you can get your signatures. You can you don't necessarily have to fill out the quest summary. I would suggest maybe bringing a, well, I'm old school. I like pen and paper. So bring a little notebook. Just jot down a couple of notes that will make you remember when you get home. Because sometimes after a day of quests, like yesterday, I played 3 quests. Started at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were done probably around 10 o'clock in the evening. We did 3 quests. And, everything starts to run together a little bit. So we did, let's see, our first quest was Chilliness Invasion. So we went and rolled up on that, and then we chillinously invaded Hoy's house because we really wanted him to join the inner circle and play with me, and my friend Stephanie was there. So if you were at the event in Knoxville, you met her too. So she lives here in Knoxville. So I mean, she is all about playing Morton's List. So she is hardcore about it, and like, come on, let's play. So if you're here in Knoxville looking for somebody to play, that is one person you should hit up because she's down to play some Morton's List. I mean, it's I love seeing that level of enthusiasm. It's beautiful. So, but yeah, we went up and we got Hoy, and then we after the hour we got there and we chilled for an hour. Then we're like, come on, Hoy, let's roll another quest. So, and then we had our inner circle. So now she can actually start logging degrees. Now, I will go back and mention this. You should still log your quest, even if you're not logging the degrees to gain the degrees, because right. All right, one of the things, let's see, let me flip this over here. Let's see, I'm going to have to jump around just a little bit. All right. Some of the things that you got to do to become a Twilight Lord. This is kind of your check off list that you got to do. It says first you need to amass 360 degrees. Then you have to meet the following specific quest requirements. Have performed every quest on the 9 prime tables. 30 or more quests from the triumvirate tables. And at least 1 quest from the Twilight Scroll. So, that's a lot of quests. So, I would say log those, because it doesn't say you as long as you log them, it doesn't really say you have to earn degrees from it. I would definitely log, even if you're just playing. I would definitely try to play with someone, because it just, puts another person there. It's a little fun. Sometimes you may want to roll a solo quest. Just make sure. I would film. If you do that with the modern technology nowadays, I'd film it. What I was going to say about modern technology too. When you're, how I said I grab a little piece of notebook paper or whatever, and write down some notes from the quest. You got a phone now that has a voice recorder, or you can just record little snippets during the quest. And then that's kind of like your backup to remind yourself what you did when you're actually filling out that quest log. Me, myself, I always tried to film out within a couple of days because my memory would start getting a little cloudy and I couldn't remember all the exact details. So I tried to fill that out as soon as possible. Some people have better memories, though, and can, I don't know, it's easier for them to remember what they did, but my memory's not that great. I think I ruined it when I was a younger adult with things that we won't discuss, but short-term memory loss and some of the side effects, whatever. So, alrighty, let's see here. Dak also says blog them if you have new age digital technology. Yes, why not? Why not? Live stream your quest if you're that bold, because that's going to be then you can go back and watch your live stream of what you did, or film it, with your phone. Just take random videos here and there, sit down and watch those videos. So it'll give you a great, oh yeah, I remember doing that now, so, Alright. Notes are easy to jot down as a text. Sure thing. Yeah. maybe everyone in the here. This is Hatchet Rob says, yeah, the notes are easy to jot down as text. Maybe everyone in the inner circle have a group chat so everyone can have the info. Why not? See, modern technology gives us modern ways of, remembering what we did. So, super easy. And Dak also says, Hollywood 1317, we enjoyed playing with you and everyone in the inner circle. Of course, totally. Yeah, definitely, she's awesome. So her enthusiasm just makes me so happy. Just that level of excitement for Morton's List. I mean, it just reminds me of myself. How I still feel to this day about Morton's List. I mean, I roll a quest, I'm like, oh, let's go do this thing. So much fun, So definitely, good to have that level of karma and energy around you, positivity, So, alrighty, let's see here. Am I missing anything? Is there anything else that we can really kind of go over? Any more questions? I feel like I haven't had enough questions. I don't know what else we should kind of talk about. Deep dive. I don't want to start getting into powers yet. Because powers can make. I mean, we could spend days talking about powers and different ways to use them. The combinations of Jerry Terrifying is the man at coming up with hacks to get all your quests, kind of done, and finding loopholes by using the powers, because that's one of the things that they mention in 360 is they didn't play test the whole. I mean, this kind of like had a year to kind of. Well, I don't know how long they were developing this before it came out, because it came out 1 year after Morton's List came out at the Gathering of the Juggalos in Peoria. That's when 360 came out. So, okay, one thing that we can talk about is like how many degrees do you get when you get degrees. So that's a good thing we need to go over. I didn't go over that, so let me get the book set back up and zoom in here so that way you can see what I'm reading on my screen. So I took a photograph of it and I'm kind of zoomed in. And maybe we'll talk about PSN too. We'll get into PSN and PSR. So, alright. Let's go to camera 2. Let's zoom in. Here we go. Alrighty. Right. Yeah. Alright. So, whenever you perform a quest on the 9 prime tables, so you complete that quest, you're going to gain 1 degree. So if you do anything on Solarize, Cosmic Law, Mortal Ties, Lore Galore, I'm Neutral, Mountain, Vision Quest, Chaos, or Nightscape. So, and you're going to gain 1 degree from those quests. If you perform any quest that's on the Triumvirate tables, which is Yin of the Sky, Rainbow Dragon, or the End of the Earth, you're going to gain 3 degrees for those quests. And if you perform a quest on the Twilight Scroll and you put in the effort for a Twilight Scroll they recommend it's not the 1 hour of honest effort. I think it's 30 days of honest effort to completing that quest before, but you would get 30 degrees for that table. So, and being table master during the quest, that's going to net you 1 bonus degree. So, and it says, note that only the table master who originally won the roll-off gets this degree unless powers were used to change that, and if the table master is kicked off of Morton's List by rolling a 13 for another reason, he or she does not get this degree. So, let's see here. So if you are kicked off Morton's List, which is page 13 or page 11, there's Morton's List revised in 360, which is on page 11. So that's one thing when you're playing 360, you need to start rolling on not regular Morton's List. Let's start rolling on the the page 11. So try to flip this only on page 3. I need to go the other way. So this is Morton's list, right? And the reason I say that is because it gives you access to deviation. Oh shit! Zoomed out. Deviation's dose and mutation's mate, which are 2 brand new lists that are kind of some really fun stuff in the 360 degrees of the inner circle. So let me flip back, make sure nobody's. Let's see, Cyrell infection. Oh man, just showed up. I'll have to catch it later on the YouTube. Yeah, I will repost this. It usually takes me about a day. Because I try to go in, I try to add a little bit. Sometimes it takes me longer than that. Like on some of the other videos that maybe just got uploaded last week. It took me a little bit longer because I went in, tried to fix them up a little bit, put in some a little bit of background music just so it's not so. Because right now I think the only thing you can hear right now is my heavy breathing and the fans on my computer kind of whirling in the background. So, but Cyrell, pretty much what you missed is us talking about filling out the quest logs and when you're going to get the degrees, you know, for playing of 360 degrees of the inner circle. So let's see here. Let's go back here. Go in here. Kind of zoom in. All right. So if you look at this little chart here, kind of breaks it down. All right. So once you get 3 degrees, you officially become an initiate. And you get the power of quest screen. Now, to you and your PSN, that is your power strength number. That is a 1. So once you gain 6 degrees and you become a daredevil, you'll get the fresh karma. Then you have a power strength number of 2. So let's explain what power strength number is. So let's see. Alrighty. Alright, let's see if it's got a good. Alright. So PSN is just, I mean, that's just the number of if any power tells you got to make a PSR, which is a power strength roll. A power strength roll is required in order to use this power. To do this, simply roll 2 6-sided dice. If the number is equal to or lower than the player's current power strength number, which is kind of on that little, which, you know, initiate, it's 1. So you really can't use quest screen because there's no way on 2 6-sided dice to roll 1. So you really can't use that power to screen quest until you're a daredevil. Then you got to take 2d6, and each d6 has to roll a 1 before you can use that power. So in the beginning, like anything else, in the beginning you're not going to be using much powers. So, you know, and it's for a good cause, because in the beginning you're probably not going to have a ton of quests that you need to screen because you haven't logged any quest. So there's really no reason to start. I mean, it would just, I mean, it can totally happen, but it'd probably be rare for you in the first like 6 to 10 quests to roll the same thing twice. The probability of it happening, I mean, it's not, you know, unheard of, but it's pretty low. So, all right. So, where did I leave off here? Let's see here. So if you roll that power strength number, the power works. If the roll is higher, the power doesn't work, and the player may not attempt to use it again for the rest of the game. Let's see here. A roll of a 2 is always a success, and a roll of a 12 always fails, no matter what the player's power strength number. So if you roll a 12, it's going to fail. Let's see here. And let's see here. And it says the exception being Twilight Lords. who have a power strength number of 13, and they never need to make a power strength roll. You always succeed. So, which yesterday was the first time I actually used any powers. I used Monty Hall, and man, I was just going through them and using powers like crazy. So to try to get the because we rolled our last quest of the day. We were rolling, and we were on Solar Eyes, and we got Primal Hunt, and I mean, we were at a park in the middle of West Knoxville, which, I mean, we just really didn't feel like doing Primal Hunt. So we kind of backed up, and we used the one where we could, what do we use? I think I used Influence, and I used something to do a reroll of the quest. And then I used another power that let me get an automatic window, and kind of let us kind of, we had three choices. So we were still on Solar Eyes. We couldn't really change that, but we ended up with, let's see here, what did we do? We had Hit the Beach, and let's see here, because the roll was a 2, so we had Community Recreation. So we got to do the window with it, which was one above and one below. And it was either Ancient Artifacts or Hit the Beach. And I think it was getting close to like 7:30, 7:45 when we were rolling. So the Community Recreation was kind of out, because it says Community Recreation brings Inner Circle to a recreation or community center. Or you had Ancient Artifacts, which inspires Inner Circle to check out places that specialize in selling used items. Or you had Hit the Beach. And we were actually really close to it's like a little park that has a tiny little beach area. So we went down there, and you could hear like the waves of the lake. I mean, they're like tiny little waves. But still, it sounded like waves. If you closed your eyes, it felt like you were at the beach, kind of enjoying the what was going on. Let's see here. Cyrell Infection says, cool, I'm just researching to make sure understand the degrees, hoping to incorporate degrees into QuestBot. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Hatchet Rob says, cheating. The perks of the job, though. Yes, that's one of the things with being Twilight Lord. When you use your powers, it's like I can just use them all. Monty Hall, I think it's a crazy powerful power, which it should be, because it's a Twilight Lord thing. So, and honestly, I've never seen any of the Twilight Lords really use Monty Hall, so it was kind of fun to be able to flex that Twilight Lord muscle there. And let's see here, Monty Hall. The Twilight Lord power, kind of read it to you. With this power, the Twilight Lord may use all powers from all tables and list specialties, including Table Master powers, whether he or she is Table Master or not. In which case, the current Table Master acts as if he or she just used the Twilight Lord's chosen power, including any dice rolls. The Twilight Lord, of course, decides exactly how the Table Master will use it. A Twilight Lord may only use 13 powers per game. So damn, you can use 13 different powers per game, and you can use any of the powers, it says, from all table and list specialties. So I mean, just that's so many powers, because from the list specialties, that's 3 different powers. From the table specialties, that's 13 different powers that you have. No, it's 15 powers that you have access to, because there's one for mutations. If you're a mutation master, which is a list, or a deviation master, which you don't hear a lot of people taking those, So, but yeah, you can be a mutation master or a deviation master. So, which is crazy fun. So, but yeah, it was kind of fun to play and kind of do that thing. The Monty Hall. Am I saying that right? You correcting me? I don't know what I'm doing, man. Sorry. I'm getting all nervous nowadays. Ain't monthly, yeah. No, M-O-N-T-Y. Monty. Or, yeah. M-O-N-T-Y Hall. So. But yeah, it was freaking fun, dope, had a good time, you know. It's pretty wild. Let us see here. I think that is about it. I think I've about covered everything. Definitely open to any suggestions or anything anybody want to chat about. So Dak says capacity is the key on any Monty Hall and Cyrell infection. Monty Hall just short of God powers. Yeah, I mean pretty much in the world of Morton's List. That's why Lord does have those crazy insane powers that allow them to do that. So very, very interesting. So just going over my notes here, make sure I haven't missed anything, forgot anything. Oh yeah, and I mean, if you're playing your table master and you feel like somebody did not put in the honest effort into completing a quest, you don't have to sign their quest log, you know. So to deny them the degrees, which I mean, it's all about putting in the effort, man. Just put in the effort, try to complete the quest to the best of your ability, you know. There's been some times back in my day where, man, I feel like I really didn't put in on it the 100% honest effort into completing a couple of quests, you know, which always comes back and haunts you. And then you end up, me personally, I would just end up putting in like, 5 times the amount. I mean, it didn't happen a lot, but I mean, you always have those ones where you're hyped up to play Morton's List and you just get a quest sometimes that's just not what you had in mind for the day, you know, or you get something that's like, man, how the hell am I going to complete this today, you know, because either lack of resources or lack of time, lack of availability to do that certain thing, you know. Because I mean, say if you lived in a place what's a smaller town that maybe doesn't have a lot of thrift shops and stuff like that. Maybe it's, smaller town on Sunday afternoon. You're just not going to be, or after normal hours. Say you're playing Morton's List at 9 p.m. at night. You start limiting all the things. Or even playing sometimes on the weekends. Sometimes limits some of the things that you can do in Morton's List. Because there's some quests that, man, you just can't get out and do them on the weekends, because things are not open to be able to do them. But, it should never stop you from playing. You should keep on playing. I always like to, with some of our quests, if we would roll something, and it's dope, and it's like, we can't do it today. We can't. But we want to do it, and we want to do it so bad. We would spend that 1 hour of honest effort into making plans and preparations to do it later. There was one time me and a buddy rolled a quest. It's one of the ones where you use public transportation and stuff, or is it one where you get somebody to drive? I can't remember exactly the quest, but we ended up riding a cat bus, and we're going to make the entire loop of this bus, because there's like 2 malls over in Knoxville. There was like Easttown Mall and Westtown Mall. And we're going to start this mall, and we're going to ride all the way to the other mall, and then we're going to catch the same bus to bring us, or the same route, to bring us all the way back to the other mall. And it took us, something like 8 hours on the bus, riding the bus all the way around town. and we saw some crazy characters and stuff, and some crazy people, and it was really fun though. I mean, we had a good time. Let's see here. Dak said, tag that quest for desires to complete in an improved way the next time it appears. Totally. Oh yeah, definitely save it. You know, now don't let yourself get backlogged with like, oh shit, well, I've got 5 quests to do. I think our inner circle, we limited it to either 1 or 3. I think we said the limit was 3, but we never got to the point where we really had more than 1 that we were backlogged into doing, because you don't want to forget about it and write stuff down. They're like, did I do that? But I mean, we're really good about, we're going to complete it at a better time when it's better suited, you know. Cyril Infection said, is there a title for us who play 360 but have chosen of never to rank? I like to call myself a Shadow Lord. Experienced but powerless. That, I don't know. I mean, if you're playing 360, then you've got the degrees and you're getting the titles and powers. So I don't know how you would play 360 but never chose to rank. So I mean, is it by not logging? Because I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose if you're not logging your quest to, you know. I don't know. I mean, the biggest thing with 360 is just, it gives you a good recount of all the fun stuff that you've done and all the people that you played with. And, you know, when you have a solid inner circle of like three people or more to play with on the regular. I mean, I would definitely try to have more than 3 in your inner circle, because you never know if everybody's going to always be available on the same days. If you only have 3 people in your inner circle, then, you know, inner circle member number 2 may have to work that day, get called into work, or maybe it's their grandparents' birthday or you know, sibling's birthday or something. They just got to miss out. So that way, you know, you only have 2. We used to have 6 in our inner circle here in Knoxville. So I mean, a lot of times if we had one that couldn't make it, I mean, there was always, you know, at least 3 to 5, you know, or a lot of times we had all 6. I mean, there's a lot of dedication in our inner circle back in those days. So we a lot of times we had our full group to roll a quest. Or if someone had to miss, then, you know, it wasn't usually a problem. I mean, that's one thing about me. I usually never missed. I'm a try-hard man. I'm always giving maximum effort, really putting in overtime. I mean, as you can tell, I mean, you know, after 20 years became a Twilight Lord. So, not saying I played for 20 years straight, but there was a time I kind of stepped away from Morton's List for a little bit. You know, there was stuff going on in life. But, I mean, it was always in the back of my mind that, man, one day, just one day, I mean, the dreams of me, you know, become one. And it's crazy, you know, when I first started having these dreams and, you know, came up with the Twilight Circle or Inner Circle, you know, naming ourselves after the Twilight Scroll and the Twilight Lords, you know. It was, never thought I'd reach this point, you know, and be where I'm at today. Is crazy. But, you know, and now that I look at, I mean, back in those days, it was more, oh, I want to be in the cool club, you know, I want our entire inner circle to be part of that cool club, I guess. But now I'm totally looking at it totally different, you know. To be a Twilight Lord, for me, I consider myself now an official servant of the inner circle. Like, my job now as a Twilight Lord is to keep Morton's List just growing and thriving, and to do stuff like this, like sit here and answer questions on Twitch or in person or via text or messenger or whatever. You know, I've had a few people. I mean, the whole reason I'm doing this live stream today is because people were asking me questions online, send me private messages, and I'm like, you know, this would be a great idea to sit down, kind of talk about it, record it. You know, I've got make sure the recording was going here, and I've got a recording this so that way it can get put up later. So that way, sometime down the road, somebody finds a copy of 360 in Morton's List, and they're like, man, I really want to start playing this. Or, maybe some of these people that have, let stuff sit on the shelf and never played it, and maybe now they're ready to crack it open and go from there. So, Cyrell Infection said, I just never log. Probably because I never want my quest logs to be used as Exhibit A in court. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. That's why you can log it, just vague it. Just vague book. I mean, sometimes I think in my old quest log, I actually had some stuff. I would go in and it looked like the CIA. You know how what is it where they go in, they just start blacking things out, redact stuff. I mean, I'd take a Sharpie and I would write it down and log it, and then put these big black lines over it. So that way you couldn't read it, or I'd scribble it out real good, then put a dark black line over it. So that way you even couldn't, do the thing where you rub the, pencil lead on the page behind it and see what comes up. Nah. Yeah, redacted. So yeah. So that was kind of my, I had some quests that were like that. So why not? Why not do it? So. Alright, Hatchet Rob says, so all special table lists still only earn the degree noted in the book. Like special events have had special lists made, or is it trying to get more degrees for less? Well, what I would say is, where did that quest that you're doing, where did it originally come from? A great example is during the Return to Reality event, we did Nature Magic. I think that was the first quest on Saturday was Nature Magic, which is Rainbow Dragon. In my eyes, I mean, even though we rolled that off a special table that was created for the event, I still view that as a Rainbow Dragon quest, because when I made those lists, I mean, I only had like one Rainbow Dragon, or maybe is one or two. It wasn't a lot. I didn't like everything else, like all the other like Solar Rise and Mountain, and I mean there was like 3 and 4 quests from each one of those that I put into that table. I didn't go nuts like that with the Triumvirate. I'd only put one in there. And, I would say, yeah, you would get 3 degrees for doing Nature Magic. And, if you're a table master, you'd get the 4th degree. So I would say yes. Nature Magic was a 3-degree quest, 100%. That would be my official, if I get to make any official, decrees, that would be one I would say, yeah, you definitely earned that. If you put in the 1 hour of honest effort into completing that quest, and you get the table master to sign off on your quest log. I mean, another thing that's been brought up is, say some of these quests have been done online and stuff like that, were officially rolled in Morton's List stuff, and how do I get somebody to sign my quest log? I mean, there's a multitude. You can mail them the actual quest log, have them sign it. If you want the official pen and ink, whatever. If you want that. It's also, I say, have them sign a piece of paper, take a picture of it, print it out, try to print it to scale so it'll fit, cut it out, take you some Elmer's glue or a glue stick, glue that sucker on, and just pop that bad boy on there, because they gave you their signature, which is, I would say, would give you the degree. So Enzo got 4 that hour. Oh yeah, that was Enzo that rolled that bad boy. It was. So he did have the big 4 degrees on that bad boy. So, oh man. Yeah, definitely something like that would be, anything like that. I mean, it's probably, as long as you know where that quest came from, as long as it's not if it's something that's maybe a quest that's made up, it really depends on the format from which it came from. Like, I'll say this. the last quest of the Return to Reality event that was rolled, that we're putting in. Hopefully you're still putting in that 30 days of effort into that quest if you were there. That Theater of Battle quest. Hopefully you're still putting in that effort. A good place to use that effort is going to be at the gathering. I mean, I wonder how that kind of came up. There's a event happening at the gathering that perfectly helps fit and gives you the time to put in that 30 days of effort into that. That I think it's going to be on the Juggalo Dream Day. So I'll see here. Cyril Infection says, any hints of the freshness for Ilm L at Got J? I'll say this. I would like to host a Epic Quest Ram Adventures event like I did last time. And I would like to use, I may switch up the table just a little bit. I may keep it exactly the same. I don't know, because that was a dope-ass gathering table. Like the table that me and Hoy made last year. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think I've got it right here on my desktop. We can talk for a little bit. I'm in no hurry. I have nothing to do. And I have to stay awake till sunset. And believe me, let me tell you, I'm tired. I played Morton's List crazy late. Didn't go to bed till... What time did I go to bed last night? 12:30, 1 o'clock. And man, let me tell you. Uh-oh, I didn't close that, did I? No, I just minimized it. Okay. Make sure I didn't end my stream by accident by closing something I shouldn't have closed. Let's see here. Sloppy. Sorry, I've got a really sloppy desktop on my computer. Probably need to clean this thing up one day. Let's see. Let me open up. Let's see, I've got a Morton's List folder here. Let's open that up. Well, stowed. Where's it at? Let's see here. I know it's here. Give me just a second here and I'll find it. Let's see. Surely I didn't throw those away. That would make me sad if I threw those away. I don't know why I would have done that. Location release form. Damn, Brad. Where do you hide this stuff at from yourself? Bummer. Did I throw that away? What is this? Oh, no. That's not it. Relocated items. Damn it. Alright, sorry about that. I'll quit screwing around with that. So. What up? Let's see here. Stefan 13 or 17 dead, being 13. What's up? Yo, what's up? How you doing, brother? Where are you joining us from? Is this you part of the crew, the West Coast 17 Dead crew that I know of? Seattle crew. Yeah, okay. Friends with Thomas and that crew. Okay, I know who you are. West Side. Well, what's up, man? It's kind of early for you guys, ain't it? Yeah, it's 2 o'clock, so it'll be setting you back, what, 3 hours? So, yeah. So, thank you for tuning in and joining us. You just joined in right at the end. I mean, I've been going for about 1 hour and 10 minutes. We are about to shut it down here in a little bit. But, yes, I appreciate you joining us. And my new friend Chip says hello. This is Chip. He's my new crystal skull. So, let's see. You can see him. He's got like this big nugget thing in his head right here. Pretty cool. So, bam. Oh yeah, definitely give it a rewatch. It'll take me a little bit to get it uploaded. Like I said, I like to go through. I may throw in some little bit of background news, background noise, background stuff, so that way it's not as flat and boring. So cool name. Wonder where that name came from. Yeah, thank you. Help naming him. Old Chippy dude here. Little Chipster. Right there. He's got a slight little divot right there in his head. You can't see it at all. I mean, I can't even see it. And I'm like, got it right here. Okay, now I can see it. Right there. I mean, maybe a bad spot in the resin. Because this is, I wish this was real quartz, but absolutely is not. This thing was only like $100 at a novelty shop here in Knoxville. Mountain Oddities, I think's what it's called. So, oh, Nugs and Tins? What? Chip says Nugs. All right, no, definitely Tendies. He's a Tendy boy. He's all about the Tendies. So, yeah, because if you're going to the gathering, I'd like to. Let's set up. Well, some people don't want to do this, but man, I am a fan of a place called Cane's. Raising Cane's Chicken Tenders. Holy crap, I love me some Cane's. And if you would like to go on a dinner date, or gather about 10 of us and we go to Cane's and just tear it down, we can do that. I would also like to do a either lunch or a dinner at White Castle. It's also one of my favorite places to go. So hit me up, man, if you want to hang out and eat chicken tenders or White Castles and then be really gassy afterwards, dude, I'm that guy. So that's what it means. So, oh yeah, White Castle sliders all day long. The secret's White Castle. That pepper jack cheese. That's where it's at. That pepper jack cheese. So that's what makes them so amazing. So we got crystals here. I don't eat crystals, man. I think it's because they put mustard. I mean, the only thing really different in crystals and White Castles, they put a little bit of mustard on it, and the buns are a little different. Because I don't think they steam them like they do at White Castle. They're a little bit, That's why crystal sucks. Everybody's like, same thing. No, it's not. It's absolutely not the same thing. It's like, get the hell out of here. It's like close, and all the crystals around here are shutting down. I guarantee if they open up White Castle, it would blow up. So. Yeah, you're damn right. Crystals is blah. You're right, Dak. Crystals is blah, blah, bleh. Nobody likes that garbage. So, all right. So we're getting way off topic now, but that's A-okay because that's the nature of the beast, chaotic. Again, I appreciate everybody that came on. Man, we're strong today. We had 8 viewers going on. I appreciate every person that watched and listened to me ramble about degrees and quest logs, and it's not anything I would have ever thought people would be like totally into, and I am so happy that you are totally into logging your quest and gaining powers and using those to manipulate Morton's list and become a Twilight Lord, hopefully. I mean, I would love that. I'd love to see the full council 13 Twilight Lords. That would be so damn amazing, so it would blow my mind. So I want to encourage everybody out there, if you're watching this, pick up a 360, pick up a quest book. A quest book, you should be fine, no problem. But the 360, I think, just got a lot harder to get. So grab them now before everybody else finds out how hard they are to get. Maybe you can still scoop them up for Or get the let's get a 360 PDF. Damn right, Stephanie was telling me that she has Morton's List on PDF, which is a powerful thing right now because Morton's List is that's something hard to get your hands on right now. I mean, that is hard right there. So, Mama Los 81 says, "Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Definitely learning some things today." That's me being the servant of the inner circle. That's what I want to do. I want to be the servant. Any knowledge I have, I want to pass it on, and kind of enhance your gaming experience, your Morton's List experience any way I can. If you ever have questions, hit me up. I do not mind answering questions. You can send me. Probably the easiest way is either. The easiest way would be the Epic Quest Facebook page. Go to Facebook, look up Epic Quest, direct message there, because I have that on my phone. And that's probably the one I check the most because it actually has a little notification. The second one I check, if you are on Discord, I highly suggest going on to the Morton's List Discord, and you could send me a private message there. But on there, I'm Epic Quest Random Adventures, and it's, again, I check that. I probably don't check that one as often as I should. It's just not as friendly as the other one in checking the messages, because actually have Messenger, it pulls it up, and if I can switch my account, Epic Quest, and it tells me even if I'm in my other account that Epic Quest has a message. So yeah. But yeah, any place you want to ask me a question. Let's see here. If it was a bad roadside eat from 86, 2014, like we endured a meal, one of those. Bad roadside meals, it's not anything I want. That'd be awful. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna sign out. I'm going to clean up my mess that I've got going on down here in the studio. Let's see if it's still open. Zoom it out here. But again, if Robert, if you're out there, if you watch this replay, man, thank you, homie, for some little stickers. I love these things, and he sent me a couple, so that way I can go stick them on things around town. I like doing that, and I don't know. Maybe I'll go get some more stickers made. These, just where I got these from, man, they were charging me a lot. Like, I paid $20-something for 6 stickers for 6 of these, so it's not something I can just keep printing out like crazy. But hey, see what I can do. Maybe I can get them printed someplace else, and then I can give them out. Maybe I'll try to do something like that for the gathering. So, going to work. Have a good one at work. Have a great day. Jobs sometimes suck. Hopefully you have a fantastic day and all that. And Hatchet Rob says, definitely answered my question as well. To have access to a Twilight Lord for clarification on a regular basis will help push the knowledge and grow. Totally agree. And it's just because I'm such a nerd for this stuff. I mean, I'm just, I didn't write the book, but man, I've read it like 500 times. Now, every once in a while, I'll get something wrong. Don't get me wrong, because if you watch any of my videos on the Grand 13 theory, I don't know how many times I say the Grand Theory of 13. So sometimes I may get something a little bit twisted, but, I'll do the best I can to give accurate information. My God, my words are running together. I think it's the me being sleepy. So, but there will be no sleep. Today is day, let's see here, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today is day 4. Day 4 of my Solar Rise challenge. Staying awake from sunrise to sunset. Yes. So 1713 equals 30 all day long, my friend. All day long it does. So, alrighty. Well, we'll see you all. Have a fantastic evening. Again, if you have any questions, hit me up. If you haven't, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe there, and buy some merch, man. The Cult Daddy merch is up and going. I'm going to design. I got a new Epic Quest Rim Adventure shirt I put up on the Cult Daddy stuff. So if you want to go pick it up on the Cult Daddy one. Yes, it's dope there, and I'm trying to put the links in more of the videos. So, it's greatly appreciated. I'm going to anything on the Cult Daddy, really anything on Cult Daddy or the Epic Quest Rim Adventure stuff. Any funds that I make, I'm saving those from now on out to use at events or things when we go do stuff. Like if I get enough funds to get some stickers printed, I may do that for the gathering. I don't know yet. I may not. It just really depends on how things go. But definitely, if not for the gathering, it'll be for whatever the next Morton's List event is. The big Morton's List, which I don't know when or where, but hopefully coming soon. So we'll talk to y'all later. Thank you all again for being a part of this live stream and listening to me rant. I am Mutant 13, Cult Daddy. Your friendly cult daddy. Peace out till next time. We'll see you.